when I go off to college in T-minus 12 days. Okay, not over that. My specialty is self-defense, and specifically self-defense against a sexual assault predator for defenses specific to a small woman. The reason I chose this is that at my school, also Natalie's school, our senior year we're required to take 4 weeks of self-defense for college situation. Obviously, we don't get that kind of extensive training you get here. It's kind of a quick overview class, but I really took away some things from that, also from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I'm going to compare three attacks, the defense that we regularly teach here, and the defense that I kind of would prefer. It's not that one is better than the other, it's just, it depends on the situation, the attacker, and the person being attacked. So, Mr. Kamickle, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to walk through these. The first one we'll be doing is front choke. And this is the first defense, besides wrist grab and hair pull, that we teach here. Teach, 3-year-olds to 83-year-olds. So we try and be consistent. This is the go-to destroy technique that we start teaching and that we continue to teach. So this is not something that is necessarily going to kill someone. This is, we're teaching 3-year-olds. We don't want them ripping each other's throats out on the schoolyard. That lawsuits and things. But so the classic defense for a front choke, if Mr. Kamickle chokes me, is I'm going to first break the choke by stepping back, bringing my hands together, and I'm going to knee him or kick him depending on how far away I am. Hey! 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 So this is something very simple coordination-wise, getting hands, the kids will put their hands together, bring down, step back, and do those first front snap kicks that they learn. That's why we start teaching that. So that is a very simple, effective defense. You can see Mr. Kamickle is still bigger than me. He was holding on, and it's an excellent defense. My personal defense that I might choose, if this is someone who is attacking you for sexual assault or domestic violence, or this isn't a bully on the schoolyard situation, and if he's choking me, all I'm going to do is he's up close. I'm going to step in, and I'm not really going to gouge his eyes out, but I'm going to gouge his eyes out. Hey! I'm so close. He can feel that right there. I'm in close. I know where his hands are. He can't hit me back. Even if he's much taller than I am, I'm small arms. I can still get in there. That is not necessarily a kill technique, but that will disable you no matter who you are. You get someone's fingers in your eyes, you're going down.
You'll just wish you were dead.
You just wished you were dead, exactly. Second attack is a rear hair pull. So when we teach this normally, this would be in a bully defense situation. This might be a kid picking on you at school, tugging on your braid or something. They may not be trying to assault you, put you on the ground. So what we teach, grab it to your head. Grab their fist to your head so that they can't pull you anymore. Step back and elbow. Hey! Hey! That would be against the bully. Once again, this is someone who is maybe not trying to hurt you as much as in the situation where they're grabbing you to pull you immediately onto the ground. So if Mr. Kamickle grabs my braid, I'm still going to hold on, but if he just pulls me to the ground, there's not much I can do about it. The next thing I'm going to do is, as fast as I can, spin around and start kicking at his knees. Hey! 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 And if he tries to move around, that doesn't deter him, I can move. If he moves the other way, I can switch sides. My hand is up, I'm guarding my face. He can't get in without me going right to his knees. Right to his knees. That's not going to feel very good. From here, get up. So, that is the second attack. Last but not least is ground fighting on the ground. Once again, the original defense we teach is hopefully a situation with a bully. They're pinning you on the schoolyard. This is probably someone, the kid's similar size, maybe bigger, but the defense we teach that you saw with some of our black belt candidates is to put them off balance, one arm down, one hand up, and then raising the hips and turning. Hair fist to the bridge of the nose. Hey! Not the top of the nose, the bridge of the nose.
Put your chin down. Excuse me, Mr. Badman.
Excuse me, Mr. Badman. As someone who's taken a spinning back fist to the bridge of the nose, your nose will bleed, your eyes will water, and it will hurt. This is a very effective. I'm not saying that this next one is better or worse. Situation-wise, if my attacker was someone much bigger my size, and for someone who has maybe had less defensive training, an initial reaction will be to push up against the pressure on your arms because you're trying to escape. This one hand up, one hand down as an advanced technique does take a bit of coordination. And as you saw, sometimes you just can't get your arm all the way down if they're putting so much pressure. Resisting, however, is going to make them put more pressure on you, which is going to be able to make you able to flip them more easily. If he's pressing down my wrist, I'm not going to get my wrist off the ground, but he's putting more and more weight on me, which then allows me to buck him. I'm right here. I can flip him from here, but honestly, I have his groin right here, where I want it. If this is a sexual assault, and he's not wearing a cup.
Not anymore.
Yeah, this target's right where I want it. Bam, still right where I want it. So, I'm also protected. When he was on top of me, my head was in his stomach. He had no targets available. He's very obviously quickly got him off balance. So, that's it. Thank you, Mr. Kmickle.
Questions?
Comments, concerns?
Yes, I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What has been the most influential thing for you since you started martial arts?
Good one. Thing is in topic or person or
What drive? What's influenced you? What's been your drive? What's been your whatever has influenced you the most?
I just personally enjoy the sport. Beating people up is fun, much more than fun than like kicking a ball. Wasn't very much into soccer. But the community here is just the best feeling in the world. Everybody here feels like a mom or a sister or a child, not weird way, but like, it's just the people here are so like happy to teach you and are just there for you always, not just here, but like when you need them. It's really the community. Like I'm almost hesitant to continue training somewhere else because I just don't know where I'm ever going to be able to find a home like I'm here. So I say this about school, it's the teachers who make your experience. You can't do anything without your teachers. It doesn't matter how good you are. If you don't like your teachers and they're not excellent teachers like we have here, you can't do anything about that. That's who you need.
I think that was a great answer.
Yes, sir.
There's one thing you need to look at, and I took a hiatus because my job did not allow me to be here in town. So you need to look at it, you're not leaving the school, okay? You're just taking a hiatus until you get back, all right? And I, for one, I know Miss Reeve is too, but I, for one, am extremely proud of you, watching you grow from a non-confident young person into a fully grown, confident young woman. Just amazing.
First of all, I'd like to say well done on your presentation.
Thank
It's
you,
one of the
sir.
best I've seen.
Thank you so much.
Self-defense is well thought out of, and it's very, very functional. I think that all females should have some skill on how to defend herself with a man on the ground, on top of them, because that's what's going to happen in an actual fight. But I found out not only here in this country, but I had a chance to train in Rio as well. And they experienced the same thing, that most women's initial response is they have a hesitancy to make the close encounter it takes in this art right here. How did you overcome that?
Actually, the self-defense class that I mentioned that we have to take at our high school, at the end there's an optional test where you have 2 encounters, one with someone who's fully geared up, ready for you to they keep coming at you and you just go at them. And it was something that I will hope someday we'll be able to do here. I mean, it's very hard to get in. It was like full padding, full face mask, so you can't gouge their eyes out and stuff. And then the second one was a more situational one. I was like sleeping and on the ground and stuff. So getting the practice in that, and practice here always. Doing jiu-jitsu, there's a lot of ground fighting, and that is out of my comfort zone. So I really didn't. He pushed me into doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu because ground fighting, as a woman and especially, is out of my comfort zone. That's somewhere you don't want to be in. Someone who's taken so much taekwondo, you know you want to be on your feet. I'm confident on my feet. I know my jab cross, but once you get on the ground, you know that's where gravity takes hold of you. So I just pushing my comfort zone, really, taking Brazilian, doing the self-defense class here. It's uncomfortable, but then you learn, and you get to be more comfortable in the uncomfortable.
You know, one of the things that you were talking about was the camaraderie here, and part of our camaraderie, I believe, and Mr. Knickle is a testament to that, is, you know, somebody will horse collar you and say, hey, come do this with me. You know, or hey, come do the weapons program. I know you need to try Brazilian. And, you know, expanding your horizons as a martial artist is something that's a lifelong activity. You can never even master Taekwondo. I mean, you can do it for a lifetime, but you're never going to be perfect at it. But that doesn't mean that you can't add to it in another way. And you certainly have done that with this. So, guys, anybody? Yeah.